Hey, what's up guys, Sir Emanon here, bringing you to today another dual commentary of a feature match from the first online TCG tournament held on my Discord server. I actually host these tournaments fairly regularly, and you can go ahead and check out the link in the description box down below. By the time this video goes live, you'll probably have only about like a hour or two to sign up, so be sure to do that if you are interested. But yeah, let's go ahead and just hop right into it without further ado, because I ran behind on schedule on a couple of things that I tried to do, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do this in one take and hope that it's good enough, because normally I do these multiple takes and pick out the best one and like edit stuff, but hopefully we'll be able to just commentate through and everything will be all good. So we got Infernoids versus Ritual Goodstuff. I have Unicorn symbolized as the image, but it's just like a bunch of ritual things with the Nekroz engine, as well as like Sheena birds and like a whole bunch of other stuff. Halfmiss is known for playing a lot of ritual themed decks, so that is what he is here to showcase for us. Yeah, so Inferno is up first, and this is typically a blind second deck now because there's so many ways to get like into Imagination or like Dark Ruler or Evenly Match and all that stuff. But you can see they're both playing pretty high count main deck builds. So there's like a lot of toolboxing in both of these decks. So Terraforming will go ahead and grab for a Lair of Darkness. Lair of Darkness will come down, and then Vanishment will be able to pitch the Monster Gate to search a copy of Feast. So he has double Feast set up. You can go ahead and activate multiple Feasts, because the first one obviously is going to send the Vanishment, and the second one will be chained to send the first Feast. So in standby phase, that will exactly happen. So we got 2 Decatrons and a Sajet, and then 1 Decatron and the level 7, which I believe is Sitesimus. Yeah, Sitesimus. Alright, so all 3 Decatrons will now activate, sending double Anunku and Deviati. Deviati is the monster effect and the Heavy Storm unsummon. Anunku is the Regeki unsummon, or Dark Hole unsummon, and it is the Spell and Trap negate. So we got 2 Spell and Trap negates and a monster negate. Lava Golem will come down though, because they're both blinding second, so yeah, they're both gonna have the heavy hitting, board clearing cards. So that'll pave the way for this evenly matched to resolve, because those are both the spell and trap negates. So we're gonna go ahead. The Inferno player is gonna go ahead and banish everything but the Lair of Darkness, and then now Halfmiss is free to go ahead and use the incantations. So Chalice Line will pitch Gale Dogger to search the or to summon the Talismandra, which will search Brionac. Brionac will be pitched to search Colossalus. So pretty much here is like, it's funny because normally you would set up a Unicorn after this play, but Unicorn is not actually great against Infernoids. I watched this very, very quickly, but I actually don't remember completely what he ends on. But he's going to use Colossus to search for a mirror. Candle will reveal the mirror, summon itself, and summon Bookstone. And then Bookstone, oh, there's nothing to add back, I guess. Or does it add spells? Yeah, it adds only spells. So we just wanted the levels, I suppose. So Mirror will come down, and yeah, because this is a 5. So 5 and 3 is a 8 for Valk. Valk will tribute the other 2 incantations to draw 2. Pre-prep, or sorry, just regular prep will search Unicorn, which I guess is fair enough to try and utilize anyway, and add back the mirror from the grave, and then he'll pass on that. I do believe actually Lair of Darkness was supposed to give Halfmiss tokens, because he did actually tribute with Valk, but hopefully won't be a big deal. So Premise will come down. This is one that shuffles set cards into the deck and they can't respond with that set card, kind of like a Night Beam. Then he'll use Deviati. Deviati blows up spells and traps. He won't opt to use it, and they're both 29, so they're just kind of staring at each other right now. He doesn't have enough Infernoids to actually like link away and then like bring this back. And Imagination is kind of dead too. So it's funny because like Unicorn and Imagination are both kind of cards that fulfill similar roles in like disincentivizing extra deck usage, or just making extra deck usage a lot worse. But neither of these decks go into the extra deck, so that's kind of pretty funny. So Premise is going to activate in standby phase to tribute the Valk and banish the Brionac. He could have done that in his own turn actually, so interesting that he chose not to do that, because he could have oh wait, no, he couldn't have. Never mind. Premise is only doing your opponent's turn. I forgot. It's one of the small noids. My bad. So yeah, Brionac's gonna come down next, and or wait, what happened? Oh yeah, he's gonna negate with Deviati. So Deviati will tribute Premise to negate and banish the Brionac. So I gotta slow down just a little bit. So Child Slime will pitch the red reboot to grab the Candle from deck. Candle will search the Kaleidoscope. Kaleidoscope will go ahead and send, I believe it was an Entis, to summon the Unicorn. Entis will pop, I believe, the Deviati. And it'll just go ahead and probably attack for some damage. Yep. Alright. And then the end phase, tokens will come down. 2 monsters were tributed, both the Valk on Half Mist's Field and the Deviati tributing the Pure Mice. So there's actually 2 tokens. And there should have been another one, if I'm not mistaken, from the Valk interaction earlier. But actually, it depends on the number of monsters. So there should be actually 2 more tokens. But, you know, it might have impacted the way this game went. But, you know, I guess accept the game state. I was not actually paying attention. Because like I can't obviously watch all these duels live since people just coordinate them on their own schedules. So Petrulia will banish Premise to summon itself and attack into the Candle. And then go ahead and pass. Extravagance Rip off the top is pretty nice here. Pick up another Lava Golem and Pankratops, both very dead at the moment. But he's going to switch the tokens to attack because they do have 1,000. Chalice Slime will go ahead and pitch the Lava Golem to summon the Talisman Manager from deck, which will search a monster. So it searches Brionac. I believe this is his final Brionac. Yeah, those other 2 are banished. So Brionac will search a Trishula. So he's going to try and wipe the board. He's going to Tribute Summon for Pankratops. And then Pank will go ahead and pop the Lair of Darkness, to which Petrulia will be chained, tributing the Unicorn to banish a Kaleidoscope from grave. Banishing, obviously... Oh, or... He's gonna banish the Unicorn, actually. Okay. So yeah, Trishula can't be summoned because he just has regular mirror in hand. So dropping a mind control, or top decking a mind control, not super useful here, but he can attack into the 1,000 token, and then just go ahead and pass on that. Drawing another Lava Golem, so it's the 3rd Lava Golem this game as well. This is a pretty crazy game, as you can see. So Child Slime will activate yet again, pitching the Lava Golem. It's nice that you can just pitch anything because he's been using it every single turn, if you haven't noticed. So Pentaplume will come out, and I believe this one adds the Ritual Monsters from grave. So he's targeting Valk, and then Petrulia will chain, tributing itself to banish the Valk. But next up we got Mirror, which actually it's actually pretty... Wait, is this... Oh yeah, he can bash from grave, I forgot. Yeah, so he has a Brio left. So Brio and Pentaplume make 9, so that's Trish. But Trish can't activate because he doesn't have any cards on field, and Trish has to banish exactly 1 from hand, field, and graveyard. So yeah, can't actually activate here, but it will get in for 27. This is a very simplified game state. So he's just going to go ahead and pass. Mind Control Monster Gate is actually not a combo because the monster you take can't be attributed. So a little unfortunate there. Drawing a Dead Shinobird's Calling. You see it's pretty much Nekroz up until this point. Like a big bulk of Half Mist's deck is the Nekroz engine, but there is a little bit of Shinobird action going in there. So battle phase, Trish will attack, leaving Infernoid down to 300 life points. And what do you rip off the top but an Arima, which is insane because that searches Lair, and Lair Monster Gate in fact is a combo. So we're gonna go ahead and just look, watch this beauty. Look at all these cards being milled. And we hit another Arima. Oh, so we're gonna banish 2 to summon a Tondel, link these 2 away for Wee Witch if I remember, and then banish 3 Noids to summon Deviati, which puts him right back in the game because he has another monster effect, and gonna go in for a fair amount of damage here. He's gonna get a token at the end phase because of Monster Gate, and then drawing Evenly Matched, which won't really do anything because he doesn't have any play, so just keep the Deviati and attack for games. So that was an insane first game. Pretty wild stuff. But it's pretty back and forth between both of these like blind second decks. But Half Mist opting to go first after siding, so we'll see how that shakes out. Probably doesn't want to lose to Void Feast because a lot of builds don't actually play multiple feasts anymore. But Ferk is obviously opting to that's his Discord name. One Caliber is his what's it called? Dueling book name. So Extravagance comes down for Gale Dogra and Kaleidoscope. So Normal summon Gale Dogra to send a copy of Herald. Herald will search a Chalice Slime. And then gonna Chalice Slime activate to pitch the Shino Baron Peacock and summon the Talismandra, which will search a monster. Which will be Herald of Perfection. So you can see like there's a lot of different ritual engines. But the incantations kind of just bridge them all together, which is why it works. And he drew the Ben 10 like hard drawn. So Herald will trigger the Ben 10 to search or to summon the Herald. Ben 10 will trigger to add a copy of Manju to hand, and Ben 10 will be added back off the Dawn Graveyard effect with bashing itself. He already normal summon, so he can't use this Manju, but just follow up for next turn. But it is also a Light Fairy to be able to have 2 negations if he needs to. It's a very trap heavy hand, so you might have seen some Necrofusion combos. Like there's cool combos you can do with Necrofusion, Chain Material, and Void Feast, where you can just like use every Infernoid in your deck, kind of like a Future Fusion. But Arima can go ahead and search a lair. I don't think that'll be happening because there is no Chain Material or Trap Trick here. But Decatron will activate, and that will get negated by the not Ben 10, but the Perfection, the Herald. Decatron will be banished to summon the Harmodic. Harmodic will attack over the Gale Dogra. Well, it's pretty good because Lair kind of forces the Herald. If he wanted to negate it, which he didn't. So now Harmonic can actually just tribute the Herald to banish something, and it gets Herald off the field. So Chalice Slime will activate again, sending the Gale Dogra, and then summoning a Candle, which searches, I believe, the spells. So that searches Shinobird's Calling. And we'll see if he has a way to be able to get a Pentaplume, I believe. Pentaplume's the one that adds from grave back to hand. So he can Pentaplume back the Shino Baron Peacock if he wants. Or he can Talismandra for a Shino Baroness. But yeah, Manju's going to grab a search here. And, oh yeah, obviously, Manju's just going to search for the missing piece, obviously. So he's going to tribute his... okay, so in response to Shino Bird's Calling, Harmonic will chain, tributing the Herald of Perfection. But then on resolution, Shino Bird's Calling will resolve. And this is a level 8. Yeah, but this doesn't have to be exact unlike the Nekroz spells. So yeah, distributing the incantations, summon Shino Baron... Baroness, rather. Baroness is the one that wipes all the back row. Up to 3. And then summon Amado Owado out of the deck, which is kind of crazy. So yeah, that gets summoned. And it doesn't go back to hand because it was special summoned. So it just stays on the field. So Manju and Shino Baroness will go ahead and go in for some damage. And 2 monsters were tributed. So yeah, it's actually interesting the interaction between Lair and Rituals I just considered, because like whenever you Ritual summon, you do tribute. So that also triggers Lair of Darkness. Drawing a pretty dead Necrofusion there. I believe that was the 3rd one. So yeah, not as close as the first game, but we're gonna go ahead and go into game 3, and he is actually still blinding second as the Infernoid player. So we will get to see some more shenanigans happen. We got Lair and Monstergate, the most broken combo. Gale Dog will be normal summoned to search a Valk by sending the Herald of Arclight, obviously, and pay another 3,000 to do it again, searching a Unicorn. The Candle will reveal the Mirror in hand to summon a Talisman from deck, which will search a Brionac, which I presume will be used to search a Kloss, which will search a Kaleidoscope. And then Kaleidoscope will send the final Herald to summon a Unicorn. Herald will go ahead and search for a Chalice Slime. Chalice Slime can now activate if he wants to, but he's actually just going to use a Mirror to go for a Valk play, because he has a 6 and a 2. Then he can tribute both of those to draw a Lightning Storm and a Gale Dogra and pass it back. So we got 2 copies of Lair effectively and Monstergate, so pretty nasty stuff. Yeah, so Monstergate will tribute that Valk away, and let's just watch this mill happen. Not as exciting as the first one. But yeah, he's gonna go ahead and summon out the Decatron off the Monstergate. Decatron will send Harmodic, and Harmodic effect will pop the Unicorn. Next up, he'll normal summon the other Decatron in his hand and use that to send a copy of Deviati. Attack for 500 damage. I'm fairly certain that if he had just Link summoned into what's it called, Wee Witch, and then summon Deviati, that would have just been game because he was on 2000 off the Gildagra. He might have just forgotten about that though. So end phase Lair will go ahead and grab a token. Lightning Storm will pop monsters. So he's gonna chain the Harmodic to get rid of the token. But yeah, he thought that Lightning Storm was a Regeki, but it only pops attack position monsters, of course. So yeah, stays on the board. And Talismandra will reveal I believe that was the Peacock, to summon Talismandra will summon Candle from deck. Candle will search a ritual spell, and that will search the Inception, which summons incantations, or summons anything, but you attribute incantations, I should say. But yeah, it also has a good graveyard effect to be able to recur itself. So Chalice Slime will pitch it to grab Pentaplume, which will add back a copy of Valk. And then, see, Inception will send the Candle to add it back to hand. And summon a copy of Bookstone from deck. Bookstone will trigger to add back the Mirror. Mirror will go ahead and tribute the Bookstone and banish the Colossus to summon a Valk. Valk can go ahead and draw more cards. Drawing into Dark Ruler and Pot of Extravagance. Not very, very live at the moment, but that's alright, because this one's already used as Harmodic. Inception will go ahead and tribute the Talismandra and the Chalice Slime to summon a copy of Baroness, which will shuffle back the Lair, and then summon a Mono Iwado. So a Mono will attack, and then the other two will attack for a solid, what is this, 5400 damage? And then main phase 2, set Twin Twister, Baroness Peacock returns back to hand, summoning 2 tokens, and we'll pass it back. So we got Mind Control, and we got Lair of Darkness still. So Mind Control will get rid of the Mono Iwado, so he can just link that away if he wants to. Banish Petrulia, summon another Petrulia. Terraforming will add Lair of Darkness. And then that'll get met with Twin Twister. So next up, he'll link away into a copy of Nightmare Phoenix. And then banish 3 to summon off a Deviati. And battle phase, we'll just punch over the tokens and pass it back. We got a Pot of Extravagance in hand from last turn, drawn off the Valk, so Happiness will activate that, drawing into more pretty dead cards. Albeit, Deviati could actually be negated here if he really needs a monster effect to resolve. But he's actually just going to crash the Valk into the Deviati, and then Lightning Storm away the Nightmare Phoenix, just because he needed no face-up cards, so he just decided to crash. And then he has Brio still, so Brio can search Trish. Oh, he's out of Kloss. He might be out of Klosslesses. So yeah. Oh right, he obviously has Mirrors left in grave. So Kaleidoscope will banish itself to search a cycle, as well as banishing the Valk. But he might be running out of mirrors as well, because he has a mirror in grave. He has Kaleidoscope banished. I guess it kind of depends, because I don't think they run more than one Kaleidoscope. And even if he did, he might not have targets to send. Alright, so Infernoids will top deck Super Poly, which is another dead card. So that'll be set. Lava Golem is also dead, but Arima is not dead. He is normal summonable, 1700 boy, and Hafiz is on 1500, so he'll just get in for the fat damage and attack for games. So probably the most interesting in my opinion, as far as like rogue decks. Yeah, I don't know what to say. That was just crazy. But yeah, it's probably the most interesting feature match as far as just having some like decks you don't commonly see as much. Infernoids are seeing fringe play, but you don't often see ritual good stuff, or like ritual decks in general. You see Nekroz like here and there, but even less so than Infernoids. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like, as well as any thoughts or feedback in the comment section down below. Feel free to subscribe for more informative and competitive Yu-Gi-Oh content. If you want to, you can follow me on Discord, Twitter, or Twitch. All the links in the description as always. If you want to participate in the second edition of the TCG online tournament, if it looks fun to you, go ahead and check out the description box down below, where you'll see a link to the Discord server. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, I'll catch you in the next video. See you guys!